This is not Burger King. People do not get to have it their way. I ordered DDRF and you don't want to go there. Why are you giving me the side eye? And you're looking at 20 years in prison.
She did not want to participate.
All right, so you can participate at the prison, but it's not. Honesty is always the best policy. Do you understand? 230, State of Texas versus Darianne Delarosa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
We're here for Darianne Delarosa.
All right. You entered a plea on July 5th to the offense of robbery, according to the plea bargain agreement.
An 18-year-old girl, a judge, and a decision that changed everything. This is the story of Darianne Renee Delarosa in her probation revocation hearing, State of Texas versus Darianne Renee Delarosa. A case that shows exactly what happens when the rules of probation are ignored.
State is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking 2 cases into consideration, and you had a referral to felony drug court, and the court wanted a referral to the felony drug court and wanted a TAP evaluation done for this case. Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objections to the TAP evaluation?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, it states here, probation felony drug court will accept her, correct?
That is.
All right. Do you want to go to felony drug court?
Yes.
Do you have a place to stay?
Yes.
Who are you staying with?
My grandmother.
Who else stays with your grandmother besides you?
My sister.
And where's your mom?
She's out of the family.
CPS.
Oh, CPS. Okay. And do you have any children?
No.
All right. That's a good thing. You got to figure out who you are. You're only 18.
I don't plan on having kids anyway.
People say that, but. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to a $500 fine that will be probated. Take in consideration county court cause number 696-426, 696-428. I'm going to refer her to felony drug court.
Darianne Delarosa had previously been placed on deferred adjudication for a robbery charge. Instead of serving time immediately, she was given probation, a second chance under strict conditions set by the court.
And probation until she's accepted in felony drug court, because we got to keep an eye on her. If you all can do the field visits once every 2 weeks. Thank you. All right. So you're going to remain in custody until you're transferred to felony drug court. Since we're doing this today, they'll probably have you transferred to them this week.
Okay. My client's been in custody since February 22nd.
Okay. I understand, but it's for your own good. And you're dressed in red. I know sometimes people are in red because gang members, sometimes they're in red because of their age. Why are you in red?
Because I walked out of my car.
See, we have rule problems here. So I know that you've been in custody since February, according to your attorney. I know this seems like a long time. You want things done now, but wanting things now is what got you in this situation in the first place. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So she's to remain in custody until transferred to felony drug court. $150 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
The 11th.
Why didn't you graduate?
Because I was being moved around a lot.
All right. So it's going to be 150 hours community service restitution. That will be deemed satisfied if she obtains her GED or is in some sort of trade school. What are your plans for the rest of your life? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What are your hopes, your aspirations?
Among those conditions, she was referred to a felony drug court and ordered to participate in a program known as DDRF. This program was meant to help her stay on track and avoid returning to prison.
All right. So if you want to make a dream happen, you just can't wish it into existence. You've got to make those steps. Okay. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline until further notice. Field visits 1 time per month. And have you talked to your grandmother? Do you know if she wants you there?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because I'm positive that she will want me there.
Have you asked?
No.
People just make assumptions, you know. Sometimes grandparents will take you in because You're the grandchild, but you still need to ask permission. You understand? All right. Probation, if you can verify her address with her grandmother. What is your grandmother's name?
Minerva Delarosa.
Minerva? Okay. And she's to reside there if Ms. Delarosa wants her there, and you are not to leave that location until you have permission. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. Proof of employment or full-time enrollment in school within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with?
But Darianne refused to participate in the DDRF program. This refusal was a direct violation of condition number 56 of her probation, a condition she was legally required to follow.
Your attorney, did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Caroline, for some reason, here are the steps. Just one moment. Let me make sure. All right, that will be all. Good luck to you. Do better, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You inform the court that you're going to be living with your mother. Now I'm being told the answer to that is no. Why is that? And I don't have this on the record. So, because your attorney is not here. So where are you going to be staying? I'm sorry. All right. So did you not call your mom and ask her for permission?
Grandmother.
Your grandmother? Did you not call her and ask for permission? All right. So here's the thing. In this court, honesty is always the best policy. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So you're on probation. If you're not going to be honest, probation is not going to go well for you. And then what will end up happening, because this is a deferred case, and you're looking at 20 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So here on out, I don't know what has happened in your life, up until now. Your attorney told me a little bit, but in this courtroom, you have to be honest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And, why are you giving me the side eye? Stand up straight. Stop tilting your head. This is very serious. I don't know what's been happening in your life. I don't know what happened with the discipline.
Her defense attorney asked the court to reconsider, requesting she be allowed to join a different program instead, called Safe P. But Judge Stephanie Boyd denied the request, stating clearly, defendants do not get to choose their own rehabilitation program.
See, there are some issues because I understand that your mother is not in the picture. So what I'm telling you is you're 18. You're considered an adult. That's why you're in felony court. When somebody is placing you on probation, you need to be honest with them, because guess what? If I were to let this stand that you were to live with your mom, because you told me you were living with your mom, when probation would have gone out for a field visit, your mother would have told them she's not here and she's never been here. And guess what? They would have issued before me a motion to revoke. It would have been in proper order. I would have signed it. A warrant would have been issued for your arrest, and you would have been arrested wherever you were. There are consequences for actions. So now that you're on deferred adjudication out of this court, you must realize everything you do has a consequence. If you don't do your conditions, consequence. And your consequence is potentially going to prison for 20 years. Do you understand? All right, probation. You can put her down for Haven for Hope, but felony drug court will probably help her with housing. Now, is there anything else you were dishonest to the court about?
No.
All right, from here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. Is this something that could result in me potentially going to prison for 20 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it.
The court found the probation violation to be true, revoked her deferred adjudication, and sentenced Darianne Delarosa to 8 years in prison. 1 refusal, 1 ruling, and a life changed forever.
And then you say, is this something? that maybe I could end up going to prison for 20 years, then don't do it. You understand?
Yes.
All right, you can have a seat in the box.